A quick overview of chapter 1 in our textbook. They ask us to make a application called GeoQuiz. I just want to review just a couple things in there in case you got stuck. What we're going to do is we're going to look at our resources and our layout. This. What they do is they tell us to create these widgets. A linear text view, another linear layout, and then also a couple buttons. These are called widgets. They're going to tell us to type in this text right here, okay? And that is actually going to, when we slip back into our design, it's going to show it here. If we got errors in here, it's probably going to show some type of an error here. But this is what it should look like when it's done. If we select these over here in our properties, it's going to show properties. For example, let's see, where's the text here? Here's our text true, okay? It's going to say true right there. Get a little more room in here. Where's our true? Oh, yeah, right there. Actually, that might pop up later on, okay, because it's a variable in there. But we actually take and we type in all these properties in here when we do it. The next thing it's going to do is it's going to tell you to take and type in some values, okay? And your values are shown right here in your strings. These are like, for people that know programming, okay, these are global variables, and they can be used anywhere within your application. For example, here we're creating a string name. Our app name is GeoQuiz, and here's a question text, okay? That's going to pop up right here because if we go over here and look at our text view, what goes into that, okay? At string, okay, question text. So that's going to pop up in there. We're programming that so that in time later on we can change that by programming it. Okay, so we create those, and then later on in the chapter it tells you to actually create these other string values for these incorrect, or the names, the text that goes on the button, okay? The true button is going to say true, and the false button is going to say false. And then we have these toasts that we'll talk about in just a minute. The next thing you do is have you go into your Java here. Okay, if we look in our first folder here, right there, this quiz activity. It's going to tell us to create these private variables, buttons called mButtonTrue and mButtonFalse. What's nice is we're going to be able to, inside of our code, be able to refer to those buttons as those names. I think at this point it's going to tell us that we have to actually import this widget.button. They're going to be writing some code, okay? Right here, I think that they tell us to write it in separate times, they tell us, but we're going to have a mTrue button and an mFalse button, okay? And that's equal to this ID true button, okay? So it assigns that button, okay, to this actual name here. And now we can say mTrue button dot set on click listener, okay? A listener is something that your iPad or your tablet sits there and waits for you. It listens for you to do something, okay? It doesn't listen for you to talk. It actually listens for something, your finger to do something, doesn't it, okay? In this example, we're looking for a click listener, okay? In other words, if you click on this button, okay, this will happen. I believe they actually tell you to do this a little bit later, okay? But they talk about toasts, and a toast is actually just a temporary text that pops up and tells you something. In this case, it's going to pop up and tell you correct, okay? So anywhere, if I click on my true button, it will take and pop up something saying correct, and also here's my false button. Okay, if I click on my false button, what happens? It pops up with some text that says incorrect. Once again, if we go back into our values again, okay, we're also going to see incorrect toast of correct and incorrect, okay? Once again, creating these names. That's about it. Good luck. Hope it goes well for you.